Now that we created our ROS package, let's use Git as a version control tool. I'll show you two ways. The first will be using the editor Visual Studio Code, and the other one will be using the terminal. So first I'll open the folder that contains our Catkin workspace. There we are. Inside the Catkin workspace is our hello package, and with our hello CPP file that just prints out hello world. All right, so in order to version control this and share it with other people so that you can work on the code together, you need to initialize the Git repo. Visual Studio Code has the version control tab here. Right now there's nothing, there's no repo, so you need to initialize a repository. We don't want to do it directly in our workspace. We want to do it at the level of the package. So we'll choose the hello package folder here and initialize the repository. And it asks whether I want to add it to the workspace. You can do it or you can don't, so I'll leave it out. So now you see under the source control tab that we have a couple of files listed with the U over here, which means that they're untracked. If we have a look into the tree view here, we can see that hello package is green, meaning that we have untracked changes. Okay, so we can then go and track these changes, but as a general rule, you don't want to add every file that you have. You have these intermediate files or settings files that are only used in your specific project. You might not want to version control these. So what we want to version control is basically the package XML and the CMake lists that Catkin Tools has made for us, and then our source code that is in the hello CPP. So I'll highlight these with the control click and click stage changes. So now these changes have been staged. They haven't been committed to the version control yet. This is you can use this stage to build up a commit. So I committed them all at the same time. You could also do it individually. So add them individually to the stage, like the CMake list, the package XML, and the hello CPP. What you see here is a dual view that shows the current version and the previous version, but as we have not had previous version control, they're the same. You can also see the U changed to an A because now they are added. Then the next thing that we can do is that we can add a message. I can write first commit, and then I can commit it by clicking the tick mark here. Now I intentionally left out my username and my user email because if it's the first time you use Git, then Git wants you to have these in the global Git configuration. So you need to set this once per system, and then you can use it without having this dialog come up. So if you open the Git log, you'll see that it asks you to run these commands: git config global user email and your email. So we can go to our terminal and we can do it here. Git config, my short-term memory is bad, global user email, and we'll set it to kdh@es.au.dk, and we'll also set our username. Git config global means that it's global for this system. You could also set it local for the individual repositories. User name Carl D. Hansen. That's me. There we are. So if we go back and we try again to commit, it should commit. There we are. So now it's committed. And these changes are untracked still. If we go here, you see that we have no colors here because now they're just regular files. Nothing needs, there's no reason for highlighting these. So this is the way that you can use it by pointing and clicking. But we could also do it from the terminal. So what exactly happens when it is that we make this Git repository is that in our Catkin workspace, the repository is in here. As we saw before, we need to look at the hidden files, and there's this hidden folder.git, and inside that there's a lot of stuff that tracks whatever that it is that you're doing. So if we just took and deleted this one, and we go ahead and have a look in Visual Studio Code again, probably it just needs to update. There you see, now there's no source control. So we can go back to our terminal, and here we can simply do what we did before, but using the git commands. So first of all, we'll cd our workspace source and go all the way into our package. There we are. Now we need to initialize the git repository, so we'll call it git init. That's it. Then we need to add the files that we had. So git add, and you can actually double tap to see what's addable. So we can add the CMake list, we can add the package XML, we can add the source.hello. That was the one, the files that I added before by clicking. There we are. And then we can say git commit. So here I can put in an M for the message where I wrote first commit before, but if I leave it out, it'll open an editor for me to write the commit message, because we need a commit message in order to understand what's going on. So here it opens up Nano, and I'll just write first commit, and looking down here it says if you want to write this out, you use Control O, so Control O, and you press enter, and then you say Control X for exit. There we are, and you can see out here we changed 3 files and blah blah blah, and now we have the same structure as we had before. If we go back to Visual Studio Code, you'll see that they have been added just like we did before. And you can use these two methods interchangeably, because the Visual Studio Code is actually just like a visual way of representing the same things as you did in the terminal.